Okay, let us begin. Hello, beautiful Seren stars, and welcome to today's reading. I hope you've had a fabulous weekend, and I hope it's not been too crazy busy, and you've been able to get out into the fresh air. I need to get out into the fresh air. Every time I think I will, the weather's not so great, but maybe I'm just making excuses. But wherever you are, I hope you've been out and you've been having a fabulous time. You have two main cards today. I was going to do two separate readings, but I felt, and then it was confirmed that it should be in one reading, these two particular cards that I pulled for you. And as I was tuning in, going through my security system, as I call it, which generally takes me about 6 minutes to do that, I was being given the words clarity and wisdom. And I was also put in a beautiful blue dress and cloak. They put me in different cloaks and outfits. So something may come up in the card to do with the color blue, or blue like your throat chakra. Maybe blue is one of your favorite colors. We shall see. So as always, I go over the very basic of the meaning before I tune into the cards, and then we shuffle and pick some cards together, and I have some charms, so I will try and remember to take those, because you know what I'm like. If you're a regular to the channel, I often forget. And then I'll tune in as a spiritualist medium and see what messages come through from, or other messages come through from spirit and the cards. So let's get into it, and let's go over the very basic meaning of the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords, when this came out, I was kind of like, I don't really like to pick these cards. You always want a cheerful reading, don't you? But it has to be authentic and it has to be genuine. So I stuck with the card. And the very basic meaning of this card, or meanings, is like a painful energy and a loss. It could be, at your lowest point in life, and embracing the end and going forward into healing and recovery. It could be depression and anxiety, okay? So we will come back to that card. And then we have the beautiful Queen of Pentacles. I was going to say Queen of Wands then. So if the Queen of Wands or Wands card comes out any point, we will be surprised. So this card is like practicality and nurturing, grounding energy. It's material comfort and abundance and prosperity, good money management. It's important, self-care, taking care of yourself. And this is also a card of generosity. So I felt that this was the positive one to, take and match with this card here. So a positive outlook. Okay, let's shuffle some cards together, as always. And then we will get into your main cards. Oops, let's turn these around the other way. Don't want to see them. So what have you been up to this weekend? Have you been out and about, or maybe doing like beach activities if you live in a warmer country? Oh, also, as I was going through my security system, they was putting, last time they gave me a colourful bunch of flowers, multicolored, but this time it was multicolored rose petals along the pathway that I walk along. So that may be significant to many of you. I love a fresh bunch of flowers. Okay, let's go into the next pack. As you know, this is my hefty weightlifting pack here due to the sheer size of it. Let's shuffle and see. I wonder if it'd be easier that way. Right, okay, I've seen it and I've turned it over. but it came out. So that's the card I'm going to go with. And I actually pulled this card for myself yesterday, surprisingly. So we're gonna keep that. I'll turn it over because knowing my menopausal memory, I'll probably forget what it was. But we'll keep that one. Do I want to shuffle some more? Do I want to shuffle some more? We will go with this pack. Yeah, so what have you been up to? I'm seeing like forests and greenery and nature, so I know I need to get out and do more of that. I miss that. I used to go off like camping and doing activities, so I do really miss that. I used to do that with my old dog, Ginger, who sadly passed away. So I am getting a new pooch, but they're in another country. It's a rescue, so that should be in a few months that I pick up my new fur baby. So that helps, doesn't it, when you have like a... I'm just so used to, even from when I was, I grew up with this crazy Jack Russell called Trixie. And Trixie only liked me. She didn't like anyone else. This worked in my mum's favour because as I got older, I then took over like bathing her and doing all kinds of things that she would try and attack my mum. But with me, she was good as gold. And I've had spiritual readings before, and she actually came through, and they described her to a T, a character, because she didn't like anyone but me. But I'm so used to having, growing up with the dog. I spend more time with animals than I do with humans. So how about you? Have you got any pets? Come on, cards. I like them to fly out. It either takes 5 hours or it comes out straight away. There's no in between. Right, I'm just going to go for one. I'm going to go for that one. Okay. Yeah, it's just helpful. It's just nice if you're used to having that companionship to when you go, and you feel more protected, I think, as a female when you go on forest walks as well. Okay, enough of me talking about myself. Right, so let's get into your main card. Yeah, and I'm feeling like my chest and my throat chakra. I'm feeling that heaviness, and I'm seeing the word disappointment. So, I mean, the card's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? We can see her laying here and she's feeling defeated, and I'm getting the word stabbed in the back, although she's kind of stabbed all over and stabbed in the heart. It's multiple things going on where she feels hurt by. You could be male or female and non-identifying. It doesn't matter, but the message remains the same. So she's feeling she's like washed up on the shore almost, and you can see the shore there and the dark clouds. So yeah, and the word depression, I'm seeing the word depression. Some of you may suffer from seasonal depression, if you live in colder climates, in the winter. I personally don't think that I do. I enjoy all seasons. But some of you, if you're from hotter climates but living in colder climates, you probably need more vitamin D than others. So you may really feel those months and feel more heavy. I'm being given those emotional upheaval. Okay. So some of you may have gone through, I'm seeing relationship breakups. Okay. This could be romantic relationship breakups. This could be friendship breakups. This could be seeing at the end of an era, and it could be like it is a card of loss. You may have actually, someone may have passed over to spirit side, and you're still carrying that loss and that hurt. Maybe that's affecting all other areas of your life there. But they're drawing me into this area and a heart, a chest and a heart area, and I'm feeling that tightness around my chest. Okay, and it's like the pain, and I'm seeing the words pain feels like you're drowning in it, like drowning in pain, and I'm seeing the words sorrow, okay? But I'm also seeing the words hope and fresh new beginnings. So whatever this is, it may not be as extreme as you lost a loved one. It could be, it's the end of a relationship that was really important to you in your life, or the end of many different things in your life, which I'm sure you would understand more how that relates individually to each of your lives, because we have to remember this is a general reading. And I want to send out lots of love and light and healing to you if you are going through this. And I'm seeing the words, get support, reach out. You don't have to do this alone. And the words, there is no shame in asking for help and support, okay? So then we go into this card, which fills you with, or fills me with hope and promise. And I was been given the word hope with these beautiful roses here, and I was seeing those multicolored roses as I was tuning in today. And I was talking, and we have a little rabbit companion here, and I was talking about animals and as your companions and helping you through stages of life. So maybe some of you are thinking about getting a companion, to help you, like an emotional support companion, or it could literally be another human that is supporting you, or these networks out there that you can reach out to for support. And again, I'm seeing you don't have to do this alone, which is beautiful. I'm being given the words bittersweet. See, although she's standing here and she's holding this coin, and there's a vast difference from where she was to where she is here. This could be more future. I'm feeling this is more, like if it's just begun, or future things coming, okay? And definitely with the word hope and promise. But there's still this sense of kind of contemplation on her face, and I'm seeing the word like heaviness, heaviness on her heart, and on her mind. So, healing and renewal, and all those kinds of things take time. They don't happen overnight, and it is a process, okay? A definite process, and it can take work. It can take work to move from, where you are to where you want to be, or even if you're in a place where you wanted to be, you could still be carrying some of this sadness and trauma and things like that. They give me the word practices, which they give me when they're saying, tap into things that will help you heal and renew, like somatic work or counseling or facial work or meditation. There's all kinds of things, or being out within nature is very healing. And they've given me hope already, but they're giving me this sentence, which I love when they give me this, is hope springs eternal. Okay. I will look up the meaning of that again, but it is, it's a beautiful card of, and I'm seeing the words renewal here. So it's a renewal of you too. A renewal of the energy around you. It could be the environment that you're moving, again, new job, new relationship, new home. There's all different facets that this message can fit into there in your own personal life. But again, hope springs eternal. Is there anything else you can give me this card before I move on? They're telling me to focus. They give me the words look forward. So look forward, try not to keep looking behind at things that have happened. You can't change what has happened, but you can pick yourself back up. You can dust yourself back off, because life is ups and downs, isn't it? And you can rebuild yourself as this strong person, stronger person. This isn't like what's the word? It's not a forever space that you're going to be in, although it can feel like that at the time. And they're showing me here, they give me the word depression as well, and anxiety can skew your thought and the way you think and the way you see yourself and the world around you. And here you can see this beautiful sort of flourishing background here, although there's still some dark clouds I can see there, which will fit into, you may still have some sadness around the loss, or the changes, but you're in a much better position, a much stronger place that definitely fits with the building yourself up here. All right, move on. I'm going to move on to the next card, but I also feel that's for many of you, if you felt stuck, to move on. And stagnant energy, we're pushing away this stagnant energy from your life. Okay, which card shall I go for next? I'm going to go for this one. Surrender to the sweetness. Venus energy, pleasure, joy. Make love to life. Okay, I don't feel that many of you in this I'm being given the word too, or words too serious. So I mean, I can relate. I don't feel that many of you have been, you know, having fun and joy and laughter daily in your life. We can see there's two people here. So again, this may be romantic connections, it could just be friendship connections. I'm being given the word new, so I do feel like this could be a renewal of relationships you already have, but I feel like this is more new connections coming into your life, and they're going to help on this journey of getting to enjoying life and embracing the beauty, and the beauty not only in yourself but what's around you. Because I was talking about depression, anxiety, or things that you've gone through, heavy things on your heart, can skew the way that we see the world around us or see ourselves. And it's like letting your inner beauty shine out also into the world, because I feel a lot of you aren't really shining out and letting people see your beauty and your light. You know, it's very much about getting back out there and into the world and into nature, which I can definitely take some of this advice as helpful for myself too. So thank you, Spirit, and the cards. Okay, I feel that you, many of you watching this, have been in a bit of a humdrum. You've been kind of locked away. Yeah, definitely not feeling your most full, authentic self, you know, or letting yourself shine out into the world. Okay, now that's beautiful. And it feels lighter. My chest feels lighter. I feel that, you know, you're going to be into this space and you'll be able to breathe more. And we was talking about, I got the words clarity in here. We have these crystal clear waters. You know, we've gone from this dark overcast sea and murky waters to this clear thinking and this clear feeling and clear perspective and views of the way to see the world around you and yourself. So I feel that's definitely overshadowed at the moment by this energy that many of you may be feeling now, or may have been feeling. But I feel for many of you it is in a space, you may not permanently be like that. Some days you may feel good, you know, better than others, but there's still kind of these things that have gone on. I'm seeing the word events and circumstances that have got you to this space, but it's very positive, you know, the future, you know, coming in. I see someone coming in with a broom and brushing away out the door the old energy, which is an old practice, and then to bring in the new. And we've got the perfect time with spring and everything coming up to get yourselves into that mode, you know, and to get going. Okay, seeing the words get going there. Okay, which card shall I go for next? I just want to check my mic is still on, because sometimes it goes off. I know I've got two mics. Okay, which card should I go for next? I'm going to go for this one. Rubelite. How beautiful is this card here? We have all the multicolours there, but this vibrant sort of sun energy coming in, and we're talking about spring and lighting your flame. And here we have this energy, the Kundalini rising, and we talked about love, making love and pleasure and joy, make love to life. You know, and it could be again romantic energy coming in there, passion and purpose. Your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation to work on a meaningful project that's dear to your heart. And I was seeing this images to fit with this too. And this is what I was going to talk about. And then I've read that, and that is exactly what it says there. They're showing me that, again, I can relate. We all can relate that when they give me humdrum and feeling down and being fed up, okay, we all have to do things in life that can make us feel like that. We all have to get those things done, okay? Paying bills or things that just aren't really that exciting, okay? And I've done a lot of stuff recently, and as I'm doing it, I know I'm very capable, and I know that I'm at the level of education to be able to do that, and experience to put into that. But when I'm doing it, it almost feels like huge parts of it almost feel like I'm trudging through treacle, because it's tedious and it's like typing lots of stuff and having to look up that. It doesn't really excite me or ignite me. And I'm seeing the word ignite here. It doesn't fill me with passion, and it doesn't fill me with joy. And also, they're reminding me to take notice of connections with others. When you spend time with certain people, do they leave you with a good feeling? Do they leave you with good energy? Or do you just feel kind of drained and off, or a bit awkward, So you could be in a circumstance that could be a living circumstances, it could be working circumstances, relationships circumstances, romantic, platonic, family relationships, but all connections, everything you do that do not fill you with passion. So if you haven't already found something that fills you with passion, this could be hobbies, it could be bringing in hobbies into your life, because we all need a balance of everything, work and play. I feel that there's too much sitting in this not feeling great energy. We want to lift the vibrations, we want laughter, we want fun, we want art, we want dance, we want movement, we want music, we want to bring all these positive things into your life, okay? So maybe for some of you, you've been thinking about changing your trajectory or your career, or you're feeling like, oh, I can't do that because it doesn't bring me much money, although I love doing it. But maybe it's looking at different ways to make money from the things that you enjoy. It doesn't just have to be one thing that you're skilled at. You may be multiple, skilled at many, many things. I'm seeing the word good with people, and I'm seeing talented. So I feel a lot of you are a talented, creative bunch, okay? So it's like they're showing me boxes, and the words don't box yourself in, okay? If you keep repeating something and trying something, but it really doesn't bring you joy, and it really doesn't feel like it works out each time, okay, maybe it's time to move on and find something that, like my readings, I find easy to do. It's like breathing. I'm passionate about it. I don't find it difficult on my spiritual work, because it's just first nature to me, if you like. We say second nature, but it's first nature. So it's finding something, and I may not make lots from it at the moment, but I continue. So they're giving me the word continuity, and efforts that you put in over time and over the years. It may take a while to build up projects that you're passionate about, but whatever it is, whoever started something from scratch, it is scary, and can be a risk, but if it's something that you're passionate about, you'll never get bored of it. You'll never lose that flow is the word that I'm seeing here, and it's definitely what I feel when I do my readings. It's just a natural flow, okay, and I get true joy from it, and creating this space, okay. So yeah, they're definitely really enhancing that message here, and that perfectly goes with your enthusiasm gives you energy and motivation. Yeah, so it's that, and the project dear to your heart, it's that you may not be feeling motivated at the moment, so it's just doing something that fills you with that passion, and naturally the motivation comes in, okay. And to keep pushing forward with these projects that fire you up into this beautiful, colorful being that you are, okay, away from this heavy energy that we have here. This is where you should be and shall be. Okay, let's go on to the next card. I'm going to go for this one. No. This is no word of a lie. I pulled this card for myself yesterday as well as this one that popped out earlier that I'm going to turn over. 33, tomorrow looks promising. Okay, and here we have the beautiful, look at these trees, it looks more like autumn, winter kind of time. You've got kind of the sun coming through, and we have the weather warming up. You may live in sunny countries, so don't have such an issue with the winter months, but if you're living in colder climates, it's bringing in that warmth and that sunshine and that pure joy and getting outside. And again, we have a picture of outside here and walking along this country path, okay, and I'm feeling the sun on my face. And again, I can take advice from this, getting out there and just being at one with nature, okay, and letting go of your worries is the words that I'm seeing here in that physical exercise to get your chakras going and your motivation and your mojo back, okay. Is there anything else that you can give me with this, Spirit, in the cards? It reminded me of that song. It's a little bit cheesy, but it was in a film. I mean, they've done newer versions of it, but Annie, and it's I can't think of the lyrics. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Is it along those lines? Something like that. I should have been in some theatre performance, shouldn't I, singing that? But singing brings me joy. So, it's just whatever brings you joy in life, it's bringing that back. I really want you to have fun and enjoy yourself and shine out into the world like this beautiful, beautiful being that you are. With this sunshine energy there, with this golden sunshine energy there, with the Queen of Pentacles, okay? How beautiful is that? Move forward, move forward. They're really reiterating that message here. Okay, let's go for your last card, which I did see, the 10 of Autumn. Golden Retriever. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is bringing in like financial stability. So maybe some of you have been finding it difficult financially and to make ends meet, and that brings that worry, doesn't it, and that stress and everything else. But they're showing me here, whatever that is, if it's not financial but worries around lack of relationships, lack of connection, whatever you're lacking in, they're bringing in this abundance, this happiness. And we see here these two beautiful Labradors, and they've got all their puppies here. They're sort of abundant in connection and happiness and again, the sun, as we can see here, is a very sunny card, isn't it? And shining onto them. We have the beautiful sun here and that warmth of your heart. And I can feel like my heart center sort of warming up here. Okay, you're not lost, you're not alone, and you are truly, truly loved. Okay, so I just want to extend that now to any of you who may not be feeling loved or that you're part of this world. Okay, we can create our own worlds within the worlds, There's a lot of heavy stuff going on at the moment. It's not to ignore that, but you can create your protective bubble, and you're still allowed to enjoy yourself, which you've given me before. Give yourself permission to enjoy yourself and your life and to move forward and to flourish in all ways. Maybe some of you are holding yourselves back, okay? Or letting the voices of the past or other people other hurts or loss holding you back. So it's moving on from that old stale space that no longer serves you into this beautiful 10 of autumn energy. But for me, this feels like summer. It doesn't feel like autumn. It feels like just the world is coming alive again and everything is blooming, and Mother Nature, can be very, very healing, a huge part of your healing there. Is there anything else you can give me before I move on to the charms? They're giving me the infinity symbol, okay? So I will look up more on that. and the significance, how it might connect into this message. Can you give me more on this infinity symbol? They're giving me endless possibilities. They're giving the word chi and energy. Use the word like bountiful, like I think that means like plenty. And move forward, move forward. They're iterating that so much. Look at this little one in the background there. And we talked, oh God, that just reminded me, because my new pooch that I will be rehoming looks very similar to these here, okay? And that will bring in, like that might help you, as talking about emotional support dog, help you to get out and to get your mojo back and to just feel more alive again, especially if you've always grown up with sort of dogs or other animals, okay? And bringing in that love. How beautiful is that companionship? They're just giving me that word. It may not be an animal, it could be like a person or a new group of friends, you know, a new workplace or new romance, but the message remains the same, and that's so beautiful. That's really filled my heart there. Right, let's shimmy shake your charm. I'm going to turn the other way as I shimmy shake. You know the process. What have we got? What have we got? We've got 2. How lovely is that? We have, I was talking about affinity, and I often say to my children, well, they're grown up now, but I always used to say, and in message, I might occasionally say these words, but to my granddaughter, you know, I love you to, you know, the moon and the stars, you know, to infinity and beyond. And I was seeing the infinity symbol, you know, it's infinite love, infinite energy. You know, we go on forever, no matter if you've lost someone, like physically, as in like a parent or sibling or anyone, a friend, you know, who's passed over. It's just or even a pet that's passed over. It's showing that love is infinite, you know, and it goes on, and that love is with you always. Okay, so I'm just extending that out to you now. You are truly loved, and I think it's time that you learn to love yourself and accept yourself, is the messages that I'm being shown here. I think that is and they give me the word loss. So I think particularly if you've lost people, this is very poignant and important. But you need to begin loving yourself, okay? How beautiful is that? And love is on the way, definitely. Again, it could be romantic, it could be friendship, you know, new friendship groups. It could be a new pet, which has featured quite a lot from the beginning when I started your reading to this card here. But such a beautiful reading, and I thank you for joining me here today, and I thank Spirit and the cards for bringing us beautiful messages, and I fill your reading with so much love and so much light and so many blessings, and I will see you in your next reading. God bless.